First, let's delve into the psychology behind this phenomenon. Many men feel compelled to pursue women, whether due to social pressure, natural instincts, or personal insecurities. Society often glorifies the image of men as relentless chasers who devote all their energy and time to winning their affections. This glorification leads many to believe that they must prove their worth through displays of affection, relentless pursuits, and sometimes even emotional manipulation. However, Stoic philosophy teaches us to stop, look deeply into ourselves, and reflect on the consequences of our actions. Marcus Aurelius, the famous Stoic philosopher and emperor, spoke about our relentless desire and pursuit. In his meditations, he emphasized respecting the natural course of things. Chasing too much and giving in to our desires only leads to more pain and disappointment. Desperation can erode self-esteem, strain relationships, and unmet needs lead to deep disappointment. Stoicism teaches that instead of getting caught up in the cycle of external seeking, focus on inner contentment and strength. True happiness lies not in conquering someone, but in your own control and self-mastery. A Stoic man will shift his focus from changing others or the world around him to self-improvement. Marcus Aurelius encourages us not to waste time arguing about what a decent man should be. Instead, we should become the best version of ourselves without trying to change or conquer others. Chasing after others only makes you lose control. By focusing on honing your personal virtues and developing your inner self, you will not only become a better man, but also become more attractive to others. In relationships, virtue and integrity are the solid foundation. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that the quality of our lives depends on the quality of our thoughts. Instead of chasing external values, cultivate virtue and wisdom. Then strength and attractiveness will naturally radiate without the need for ostentation or constant chasing. I often wonder how a man can be so immersed in love that he thinks about a woman day and night, frets about her absence, and constantly offers to care for and protect her. Sometimes these actions can lead to a man ignoring reason, forgetting his honor and responsibility, and then being so completely immersed in his feelings that he forgets the true nature of life. Their irrational dependence on love dominates all their senses. Instead of seeking balance from within, the need for love drives these men's feelings. However, it is also important to affirm that having feelings for women is natural. It is our instinct to direct our feelings toward them, but it is also important to know how to control and maintain our values. Ladies, just because men may find you attractive, it doesn't mean they compromise their morality and self-control. In fact, a man can love you in the deepest and most sincere way when he knows how to love himself. As Marcus Aurelius taught, there is nothing stronger than a man who can keep his cool and know his limits in love. Then, instead of constantly pursuing, he becomes an admired figure for his self-control, intelligence, and the value he adds to others. Remember, what matters is your own virtue and maturity. If you are ready to give up the futile pursuit and want to hold on to your values, comment, "I am the one who holds my power." Trust me, writing it in the comments affirms to yourself that you deserve a meaningful life. First, let's look at the psychology behind why many men feel the need to chase women. This often stems from societal pressures, natural instincts, or personal insecurities. Society often idealizes the image of men as relentless chasers who are constantly trying to win the affections of their partners. This idealization leads many men to feel the need to prove themselves through lavish displays of affection, relentless pursuits, and even controlling behavior. However, Stoic philosophy advises us to step back, pause, and consider the consequences of these actions. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, spoke many times about controlling desire and futile pursuits. In his meditations, he did not glorify death, but embraced it as an inevitable part of life. This is a reminder that we should accept the natural course of things rather than trying to force them to be our way. Desperately wanting and pursuing someone often leads to negative consequences, including low self-esteem, strained relationships, and unfulfilled desires. Stoicism directs us toward inner fulfillment, where the goal is not to chase after external things like affection from women, but to build strength and resilience from within. When we focus on what we can control, we find joy and happiness regardless of external conditions. This philosophy teaches us to shift our focus from changing others or circumstances to improving ourselves. Marcus Aurelius, a pioneer of Stoicism, emphasized that one should not waste time arguing about what a good man should be like in love, but rather become the best version of oneself, instead of trying to change others to fit one's ideal. Instead of chasing women, focus on personal growth, cultivating moral character, and becoming a virtuous and upright man. In relationships, Stoic philosophy promotes a life based on reason and moral principles. Marcus Aurelius once reminded us that the quality of life depends on the quality of thought. This is especially true when it comes to relationships. Instead of trying to seek approval from others, develop qualities such as wisdom, justice, courage, and self-discipline. These virtues will not only make you a better man, but will also make you naturally more attractive to the right people. Let your virtuous life and self-control draw others to you. One of the core principles of Stoicism is the importance of self-control. The ability to regulate desires and emotions is fundamental to the life of a Stoic. It is important to avoid chasing after momentary impulses or the need for instant gratification. Marcus Aurelius once said that you controls your mind, not external events. Realizing this, you will find strength in your relationships. This means you can control your emotions and reactions, but not others' actions or thoughts. By practicing self-control, you can maintain calm and emotional stability, which is essential in any relationship. Chasing someone often means you do not respect their autonomy and desires because all the focus is on your own needs. Stoicism, on the other hand, teaches us to respect the autonomy and individuality of others. In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Everything comes to me in its time, as it does to you, O universe." This realization reminds us that we are part of a larger cosmic order and that our desires must be in harmony with it. Instead of chasing someone, respect their choices and boundaries. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of patience. Impatience can be a major obstacle, especially when we crave instant gratification. Stoicism teaches that some things are worth waiting for. As Marcus Aurelius advised, make friends only with those who lift you up, whose presence inspires you. Instead of impulsively chasing someone, let time prove your compatibility and true connection. Rejection is also a common part of relationships, and many people often view it as a personal hurt, leading to anger, sadness, and disappointment. Stoicism offers a different perspective on rejection. Marcus Aurelius once said, "Refuse to be hurt, and the pain will disappear." This teaching encourages us to embrace rejection not as a failure or an attack on our self-esteem, but as an opportunity to grow and improve ourselves. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining a sober and balanced view of both life's difficulties and successes. This means not tying your happiness to the conquest of someone else. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of the happiness of being alive, thinking, feeling, and loving." This perspective reminds us that life is a gift, and happiness should not depend on external factors. Instead of looking for happiness in chasing a relationship, cherish the joy in the present moment and the relationships you already have. Finally, focus on building meaningful relationships rather than chasing after others. Honesty and mutual respect are the foundations of genuine and lasting relationships, as Stoicism teaches. Marcus Aurelius once said not to waste time arguing about the image of a noble man. In relationships, this means always being sincere and honest when communicating with women. By being the best version of yourself, you will naturally attract people who respect and appreciate who you really are. Stoicism emphasizes finding satisfaction from within rather than looking for it from without. This attitude can dramatically change the way we approach relationships. Marcus reminds us that a joyful life doesn't require much. It's all about how you think, especially in relationships. This means that pursuing love in the hope of finding happiness is an unrealistic expectation. True joy comes from cultivating gratitude and acceptance. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is freedom from external factors. This is especially relevant when it comes to love. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the best revenge is to not become like the person who hurt you. In relationships, This means that instead of seeking revenge or punishment in the face of rejection or disappointment, choose to practice freedom. Let go of the need for validation from others and find strength in self-control. The Stoic approach to love offers a fresh perspective on love and relationships. It encourages us to cultivate a love that is virtuous, selfless, and enduring, according to Marcus Aurelius. That means going beyond the games and tricks of dating and moving toward a love based on respect, understanding, and forgiveness. In relationships, always be yourself and find satisfaction from within. Practicing the principles of Stoicism we've explored can help you avoid the superficial pursuit of relationships, especially with women, and move toward a more whole approach. Now let's look at practical steps to put these teachings into practice, starting with self-reflection. This process of self-reflection is the foundation of Stoicism, helping you understand your motivations, desires, and weaknesses. Consider past relationships and behavior patterns. Have you observed the reasons behind the success of certain relationships and the failure of others? How did your expectations influence the outcome? Knowing your thoughts and feelings will improve your decision-making. The second step is to focus on personal growth, as Marcus Aurelius advises. Instead of arguing about what a decent man should be, channel that energy into improving yourself. Strive to be the best version of yourself, not to impress, but to live a life of virtue and inner strength. Pursue interests, knowledge, and skills that help you grow every day. Third, practice patience. Impatience often pushes us into hasty decisions and actions, especially when it comes to pursuing love. Realize that beneficial things take time to achieve. Patience will help you make better decisions, especially when it comes to love. Fourth, cultivate gratitude. Instead of thinking about what you don't have, focus on what you do have. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that it takes very little to achieve a fulfilled life. It's all in your mindset. Taking a few moments each day to reflect on what you are grateful for will help you find inner fulfillment, reducing your need to seek validation from the outside. Step 5 is to respect the autonomy of others, especially in relationships with women. This means acknowledging that everyone has their own desires and paths in life. Don't try to change someone's mind or force them to conform to your desires. If they don't care, move on politely and without resentment. Sixth, understand that rejection is not a judgment on your worth. Stoicism sees rejection as a part of life and an opportunity to develop self-control. It is a situation to learn and improve, rather than a judgment on yourself. The next step is to build meaningful connections instead of just chasing romance. Be genuine in every relationship and show genuine interest in the person you're connecting with. Relationships based on mutual respect and understanding will lead to satisfying and lasting relationships. The seventh step is to learn to find satisfaction from within. According to Stoicism, true happiness does not depend on external factors. In a long-term relationship, this means that you should not rely entirely on your partner to feel fulfilled. Instead of waiting for someone else to bring you joy, cultivate your own inner contentment and share that peace with your partner. Eighth, let go of your dependence on external validation. Stoicism teaches us to seek validation from within, to be content with ourselves without needing praise or attention from others. This frees you from depending on a relationship for your fulfillment. Ninth, learn to control your emotions. Stoicism places considerable importance on remaining calm and rational, especially in complex relationship situations. Emotional control will help you handle situations with clarity and grace. Step 10. Practice emotional control. Managing your emotions is essential. While the early stages of a long-term relationship may be filled with passion and intense emotions, the long haul will require emotional stability. Stoicism provides you with the tools to remain calm and rational, even in the face of relationship complexities. As you navigate the challenges of a long-term relationship, the principles of Stoicism will be a valuable guide to help you maintain a sincere, respectful, and strong relationship. Finally, pursue virtuous love. Focus on love that is based on wisdom, justice, courage, and discipline. Make your goal a love based on respect and forgiveness, rather than fleeting moments of pleasure. When considering how Stoicism can shape a long-term relationship, it is important to commit to the Stoic principles we have discussed. In a long-term relationship, maintaining virtue, self-control, and patience are essential to maintaining a strong relationship. Just as in the early stages, respecting your partner's freedom and autonomy is essential to maintaining harmony and mutual respect. Stoicism also encourages a calm and natural approach to rejection, seeing it as an opportunity to grow rather than feeling hurt. As the relationship progresses, continue to nurture meaningful connections based on understanding and honest communication. Keep in mind that a strong relationship is not based on seeking happiness from your partner, but on finding satisfaction from within. By remaining independent and not dependent on others, you will create a relationship that is not based on dependence, but on deep love and respect. With the principles of Stoicism, you will build a lasting and harmonious relationship where both of you can grow together. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius that your happiness lies in your own way of thinking? Stoicism in your love life not only liberates you from frivolous desires, but also enables you to cultivate a sincere, strong, and fulfilling love.